Imagine that crisp autumn air biting at your skin as you climb those creaky stairs. The scent of mothballs and forgotten memories thick in your throat. It was Thanksgiving morning in Willow Creek, Ohio, a picture-perfect Midwestern town where cornfields stretched like golden waves under a gray November sky, and neighbors waved from porches lined with fading Halloween pumpkins. I was Emily Harper, 34 years old, a mid-level marketing coordinator at a local ad firm, scraping by on coffee-fueled deadlines and the quiet hope that one day I'd break free from the grind. My husband, Michael, and I had driven the familiar hour from our cramped condo in the suburbs, the radio humming old country tunes as we left the highway for winding rural roads dotted with silos and diners. We pulled up to the old Victorian house on Maple Street, the one I'd called home growing up, its wraparound porch sagging slightly under years of neglect. Susan greeted us at the door, her apron dusted with flour, her smile tight like a mask she'd worn too long. "Emily, sweetie, you look exhausted." "Michael, Robert could use a hand in the attic, storm season's coming. And those boxes need sorting." The house smelled of roasting ham and cinnamon, a ritual unchanged since my childhood. Alex's sleek Tesla was parked out front. Of course, my brother never skipped a family meal or a chance to flaunt his latest startup accelerator gig. From the living room, he called out lazily, sprawled on Dad's leather recliner. "Hey, Em, still grinding away at those ad campaigns? Must be tough in this economy." I bit back a retort, forcing a nod. "It's steady. How's the tech world treating you?" "Killing it," he grinned, flashing a smartwatch that probably cost more than my monthly rent. Michael squeezed my shoulder before heading upstairs with Robert. I joined Susan in the kitchen, peeling potatoes in silence broken only by her chatter about church bake sales and the neighbor's divorce. It was our dance, me helping, her directing, never quite bridging the gap I'd always felt but never named. Then came the thud from above, muffled but heavy, like a secret dropping into place. Susan paused mid-stir, but waved it off. Probably just old junk. Minutes later, Michael appeared in the doorway, his face ashen, eyes darting. "Em, need your help up there, quick." Susan's spoon clattered. "It can wait, dinner's almost on." But Michael's voice cut sharp. Unusual for his easygoing nature, "No, it can't." I followed him up the narrow stairs, past walls plastered with family photos, Alex at every pinnacle, prom king, college grad, first business launch. Me, scattered in the edges, a shadow with a polite grin. The attic was a labyrinth of dust and shadows, holiday lights tangled with yellowed newspapers. Robert stood rigid by the window, arms folded like a guard. "What's going on?" I whispered. Michael pulled me to a corner stack of boxes, one pried open, papers spilling like confessions. "Don't say a word yet," he murmured, eyes flicking to Robert. "Wait till she's out of earshot." He thrust a faded envelope into my hands. My name typed starkly, Emily Rose Harper, estate files. My fingers trembled as I opened it. The top sheet was a trust deed from 25 years ago. Beneficiary, me. Established by Victoria Lang. Who the hell is Victoria Lang? I breathed. Michael handed over a birth certificate, not the one I'd used for my marriage license or job applications. This one listed Victoria as my mother. The room tilted, dust motes swirling like accusations. Robert coughed awkwardly. "You shouldn't dig through that old stuff. Better buried." Michael fixed him with a stare. "Robert, go downstairs." Now, the older man hesitated, then shuffled away, his steps heavy with unspoken weight. Alone. Michael unearthed more letters, photos, court filings. A snapshot of a young woman cradling an infant, Her eyes mirrored mine, fierce and unyielding. On the back, Victoria and Emily. 2 months. It clicked then. The puzzle pieces I'd ignored my whole life, the cool distance in Susan's hugs, the favoritism that left me scraping while Alex soared. There's worse, Michael said softly. Unfolding bank statements. The trust. Meant for me at 21. Bloated with investments, enough for college. A home. Stability. But extensions filed by Susan and Robert, claiming I was unprepared. Withdrawals funneled to Alex, his Ivy League tuition, his failed-up startup, his luxury loft downtown. They knew, I choked out. Voice a raw whisper. They stole it all for him. Downstairs. Susan's voice floated up. Dinner's ready. What's the holdup? We gathered the papers. Hearts pounding. Michael met my eyes. We copy everything. Find a lawyer. But first, act normal. I nodded. But inside, a storm brewed, 33 years of swallowed hurts rising like bile. Dinner was a farce. I poked at glazed carrots while Alex droned about blockchain revolutions. Susan beaming. Robert avoiding my gaze. Every laugh grated. Every proud glance at Alex twisted the knife deeper. That night, in our motel room off the interstate, we spread the evidence like a map of betrayal. Victoria had died young, breast cancer, leaving everything to her only child, me. Susan and Robert, her distant cousins, named trustees. But they'd siphoned it, building Alex's empire on my ruins. A letter from Victoria. Resealed clumsily, my precious Emily. If I'm gone, know you were my world. This is for your choices, your dreams. Susan and Robert will care for you as kin. But this is yours alone. You are loved. Fiercely and forever. Tears burned as I read it again. Loved, a word I'd chased in vain from Susan's conditional affection. They made me beg for basics, I whispered to Michael. Textbooks. Rent, while Alex got the world. The memories flooded. High school graduation. Alex's lavish party with DJ and open bar, mine. A backyard barbecue where I grilled the burgers myself. You're so self-reliant, Susan would coo. As if it were praise. Not necessity. Alex's sports car at 18. Wrecked and replaced, my beat-up sedan bought with waitressing tips. His ventures funded lavishly, my marketing degree pieced together part-time. The anger simmered low. A constant hum. As we drove home. They groomed me to expect nothing, I said. Staring at passing farms. Turned my strength into an excuse to give me less. Michael gripped the wheel. We end this. Lawyer up. I found Patricia Ellis. A shark in estate law. Her office in downtown Cleveland sleek with glass and resolve. She pored over the files, then leaned back. Breach of duty. Fraud. Embezzlement. Slam dunk. How far do you want to push? All the way, I said. Voice steel. No quiet deals, the pain demanded exposure. Days later. Susan's call shattered the silence at work. How could you? After all we've sacrificed. Sacrificed? The word ignited me. You mean stealing my mother's legacy to pamper Alex? Silence. Then Robert, be reasonable. Emily. Family doesn't sue. Family doesn't rob their ward blind. Bev's no. Susan's, mask cracked, ungrateful. We could have dumped you in foster care. The truth spilled, Alex in the dark. Them justifying it as family investment. I hung up. The dam breaking, years of silence erupting into resolve. They showed up unannounced. Pie in hand. Wine bottle clutched like a bribe. Let's talk, Susan pleaded. I recorded every word. Letting them in but barring warmth. Their offer, peanuts. A fraction of the millions. We invested in Alex for us all. I laughed bitterly. You sank my ship to float his. Excuses flew, Victoria's shame as an unwed mother. Their Christian charity. But it was greed. Pure and venomous. Out, I commanded. Their faces crumbling as I shut the door on decades of deception. Mediation was war. Files stacked like ammunition. Forensic audits revealing forged signatures. Shell companies in Alex's name. Susan sobbed, Robert blustered, Alex glared. I didn't know, he spat. But you never questioned the free ride. Ultimatums flew, full restitution or criminal charges. Revelations poured, they'd housed Victoria briefly, resenting her. Then seized the chance post-death. You were fine without it, Robert muttered. Fine? The word fueled my fire. Fine meant surviving. Not thriving. The fallout scorched. News hit, local family embroiled in trust fraud. Alex's ventures imploded. Investors fleeing. Susan's social circle evaporated, bridge clubs. Volunteer spots gone. Assets liquidated, the house auctioned. Alex's loft and cars sold. He emailed Venom, you've ruined me, hope you're happy. Sister no more. No guilt stirred, only justice's cold satisfaction. Robert delivered one last relic, Victoria's final photo. Her words a balm, you are my light. Settlement day sealed it, millions restored. Garnishments for the rest. They withered, Susan relocating to a cramped apartment. Robert laboring at a warehouse. Alex flipping burgers. Regrets? None. They'd chosen betrayal daily, I chose truth. Months later. In my new bungalow on Elm Lane, hardwoods gleaming. Garden blooming, I unpacked Victoria's letters. One final note, if they falter. Remember, their failings aren't yours. Live boldly. I did, enrolling in grad school for digital design. Crafting spaces of belonging from my outsider scars. Michael and I toasted on the porch. The weight lifted. Vengeance exacted its toll, loneliness lingered. Echoes of lost bonds, but freedom bloomed fiercer. I was Emily. Victoria's daughter. Reclaimed and unbreakable. The price of silence broken? A life truly mine.